Television. Every second at the society they make headline and they issue them kintinap now we aid even for clear them kintikanga.
In Sierra Leone, a new drug is turning young people into zombies.
So important for broke down the issue today for let the public understand.
Now that's make we bring come to you the Today Show. We get segments where they range from interviews on the big issues.
Sierra Leone authorities said Monday that 20 people were killed and nearly 2,000 prisoners escaped during Sunday's attack on the capital.
To sport.
What a fairy tale story here. There they are, the champions of Africa.
And entertainment and simple tourism with plenty other issues.
Get ready for the roller coaster ride through with day-to-day story them as we dive deep into the heart of the matter.
Every weekday on Slik Television, channel 37 from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Tune in and stay informed like never before.
The Today Show, only on Slik Television. Every second at the society they make headline and they issue them kintinap now we aid even for clear them kintikanga.
In Sierra Leone, a new drug is turning young people into zombies.
So important for broke down the issue today for let the public understand.
Now that's make we bring come to you the Today Show. We get segments.
Good afternoon. Actually, I don't know if I for smile or for vex, but this is how I welcome you to today's show after lunch on Slik TV channel 37, and of course we're on Facebook Live, and you also can find me on YouTube on Slik TV official. Significantly today, something big happened. Big in the sense that it's all started from few spoken words. Now, a political rally of the All People's Congress, where they began a mammoth meeting at Atuga Stadium. And one influential figure, Sierra Leonean woman, young, aspiring, where they represent this country beyond the borders of Sierra Leone, and one of the biggest reality TV shows them in Africa. That statement, before you think in, within the twinkle of an eye, spread like wildfire. But nobody actually never knew or expected it was going to land her to a 4 years, 2 month sentence today. So today, in we review of the biggest story today, we did come take a step by step into the issue of Zainab Sharif in trial as today at the Magistrate Court number 1. Where the presiding judge, the presiding magistrate at that court sentenced Zainab Sharif to 4 years, 2 months imprisonment for what they say be incitement and other things that we break the Public Order Act of 1965. Like I say, it's all started now just few spoken words of Zainab in the context now be a political rally. But so many things don't happen behind the scenes. And so many people don't interpret them in so many ways. But my guest today can give you details and detailed analysis because you don't follow the case, you don't follow the story. And she's a colleague journalist, a senior one. And of course, like I say, then can make sure say we know the nitty-gritties of what happened at the courts. But before we go to that, let me just address some of the things that make her take you a step by step of how all of this happened. Zainab Sharif be falsely then be put a warrant of arrest for him after he make that statement by the police. But Zainab, being the person she is, she went to social media after that warrant of arrest for him, as you can see on the TV. She went on social media, say she's available, go anywhere. In a salon. So if the police they look for them, there's no sign for Siam, there's no sign for Fenham. So after a couple of days, we see police being finally get for arrest Zainab just where he go na gym. And since then, trial starts. And he appeared 9 times. And all of those 9 times, she was remanded. They no grant and bail. All the 9 times when he appeared before the magistrate court, number 1. she was not granted bail. And today, with the judgment passed, she's going back to the female correctional center. But some people don't interpret them for being a political case, I would say. Kinda. Well, it depends from which lens you look at them. But others, they look at them and say, such insightful statement should not be encouraged, especially in a fragile democracy as ours. But, like I say, we get wide knowledge in this case. We can break it down for you. But let me take a quote for today, and then we will go into the conversation. So we quote for today reads, it says, justice is not truly served when only the powerful are protected. It's served when every voice is heard and every wrong is made right. So you see, justice not for the privileged only, but when the voices are heard and when the one that we suppose forget justice, justice be granted unto them. Has that been done today? Join me shortly after the break.
You don't tire for yeri boku talk with no substance or sweet talk with plenty lie inside. Then now, na the term for strip the headlines bare and tell the story just like it is. Brutally Frank goes where others won't, exposing the real stories behind the headlines.
We tackle issues of maximum importance to the growth of Sierra Leone, from politics to the economy, agriculture, education, health, and tourism.
By serving as your voice in asking the why, where, how, and when questions to the people them we responsible. This na Brutally Frank.
This is Brutally Frank.
Showing every Sunday at 7 p.m. on Slik TV, channel 37, and streaming live on our Facebook page and official website.
From wherever you're watching from, this is your favorite music producer, and guess what? I'm on Slik TV. Whether you're in Freetown, keep it glued to channel 37. They're also on Facebook Live. Tune in and get some nice.
Let me live around you like my habitat. In a mohi garden, the juke and one lima proclaim a be moya. Me recipe, me harmony, me honeybee. Make we go, LLE, me I need for the close to somebody. Like it, I go wait for you, make you decide. I not go force, I go beg for no when you decide.
Yo, what's up? This is incredible JJ Mr. Who does that. I'm live on Slik TV, channel 37. Tune into Slik TV, channel 37. Best for Salon, best for you, best for me, best for we all. Who does that?
Me harmony, me honeybee. Make we go, LLE, me I need for the close to somebody. Oh, me sweet cassava leaf, I cannot leave if I no get.
Alright, welcome back. So, now the studios are done joined by a very beautiful and wonderful young lady, a very seasoned journalist, and somebody we in voice they go far and beyond. I want to welcome Rabia 2 months ago to the studios, and I want to welcome you.
It's a pleasure being here, James, this afternoon.
Alright, so you don't follow Zainab's case, and since the Mammoth meeting, and of course, arrest, and all the 9 appearances that we make in the court. First of all, I want to make you give me a breakdown of all of this. How it happened in your own eyes as a journalist and in your lens, first of all.
Okay, it's January 31. And Zainab been just there on as usual, normal thing. And you know, most times as us journalists, we see certain people, we won't forget their own view. And just as usual, now one kind of person we always speak to the camera as long as you get a chance for talk. And she said the things she had to say. That anybody, I quote in her words, there I put that disclaimer
exactly.
That anybody they rig election at treason, they don't commit, and whatever thing we then go do to them, not for only extend to them, or not for tap with them, not for extend them also to in family. He also mentioned, yes, the reality is the only name she mentioned there was Fode Sanko in name, you know, and we all know what happened during the war, and history told us that Fode Sanko been get this bitterness in him, you know, when things happen the way it happened. So, and APC on the other hand is saying the 20 fact say it was rigged by this current government. So all of those things. And then for Mianda, we see they were fined by PPRC a total of 350,000 million.
Zainab been fined, I think, 150,000.
Yes, in the 150, Usayas, because there have been two actually, the Secretary General Lansana Doumbouya self-mentioned something, Usay in sing and call a particular name. So although they also get this whole court thing, but Zainab is the crux here. Now, Zainab, go on TV again and talk, say, both on Liberty and Epic Radio, she was called, and he say, well, APC, they not pay for them. If APC didn't pay for that money, they go fine APC and all, and begin. He also threw shades as also people actually fine and that money, they say, he go carry them go na court. We move from there, we work out Lansana Doumbouya and Young case, which I say ongoing process, and still they go to court anyways. And Zainab, however, a warrant was issued out for her. And well, she came again on social media and saying that warrant the way police and put for her. So it's in an AI. Because the police, they know your address, they know your
details.
Yes, they go come and all. And on February 14, Valentine's Day, she posted wearing a red and white and follow the lights, right para, all in Koplayan. And she was like, well, there's a Wusa day, people ain't for follow the lights, ain't not afraid anything, ain't ready for give up anything for this country. And just about a week after that day, on the 20th day of February, we see Musa go for go gym, just a normal day where he gets no more. We see the police then go arrest them. But even before that arrest day, just 3 days before that arrest day, and she posted again on her Facebook page saying, this is my number. So these people, they know me address. So if you want to get me, you for call me.
So the police for reach out to her?
Yes, well,
impliedly,
yes, after waiting, they refer to say, I mean, number this, 0, so, and so, if they want to, then go reach out to me. You know, even with the issue of an arrest, because she categorically put it clear, say, you know, they into running, you know, they hide Salon and country, ready for give up anything for Salon, you know. So when they even arrested her on the 20th day of February, if you get this whole mixed thing, you know, people were like, they're not two, or maybe not so two, because we don't even see an official report from the Sierra Leone police saying, okay, for example, we don't officially arrest Zainab. Just a video where we see we go viral. Yes. And all of a sudden, we see the appearance for Wakagona court. It began. So that's not this. So this one be a 9th one, however, where I must say the outcome of them has already been predicted, because you get people ready to talk and say, oh, Zainab is not going home at all. Zainab didn't get for sentence.
Because they don't deny bail for couple of times after it appeared, they didn't bail. So the kind of the tension on the bill said she was not going home.
So this is the thing about the law again. The writing are one, the interpretation are two, the knowledge of the interpreters are another. I know it gets a mixed feeling considering the atmosphere Zainab making statements, however, say it gets some political undertone. We're in from the very beginning of all the time where they asked her for say something, she was like, no, I don't mean for do XYZ. What's in me talk, not to so. But, you know, they can say there is freedom of speech, but how can we guarantee freedom after speech? So again, in that light, the reality of things is, even though we have a section 21, we talk about Stanley, about all the freedom they will get. But again, those freedom, they come with rights. And the law interpreters, that is why we have the lawyers, that is why we have the judges, That is why we have the magistrates then. Then you hold for interpret this law when we see black and white on paper, which me and you not get the lens for CC. For example, so section 1, 2, and 3 don't talk. But even when section 1, 2, and 3 don't say, so for now, so the mixed feeling and understanding all together there, you know, you can just get in on play all together. Okay,
so now I do explain you exactly. I like the accuracy of the information and details. Zainab, I want to look at Zainab in two different angles. Zainab as an individual, you know, as an ordinary citizen, and Zainab as somebody who gets a political movement, we get a political ideology, especially when it comes to empowering women. You know, and from that angle, we see so many women in a court sit out of the courts, they cry and they weep because of they don't sentence them to jail. Oh, yeah. First of all, is this something you think good for women's voice? Don't pull the politics out of it. The politics just for women's voice, for amplify women's voices. Is this something good?
Like society still they lock
women exactly.
Well, the good thing is the presidents don't make it clear, say, forgive the 30% quota to women. And the fact of the matter is they have been reforming different sectors. And they state and black and white. But forget a woman that is as voicey for us as Zainab. Now they the thing for the but again, you can be an advocate. We have names. You get different people.
But
then get the trajectory. She has been there from the very beginning anyways. Then get the trajectory where then they move in. You can be a voice and not put yourself by any form of political whatsoever. You can be a voice by maybe cook and give people there. You can be a voice by advising young girls. Like the initiative it brings. You know, you get people to tell and say, this is not coming from me. From the public say, Nina the woman king, we camp a reality TV show business na salon, for example. And we cannot take that from her. The idea, the concept, because Imi don't represent salon sometime before. I think in 2009
Africa,
yes. So it brings the initiative, it brings the idea, even though the outcomes seem like not born good Pekin, because since we see it launched the big sister coming to America, we not see much coming out of her. But again, it using platform for help other names, like the Major Boners, for example, even get that, but not so than what they talk about. So I don't want to totally agree, say, with society saloon now that I know, they lock women them. Because today we see different women then at different facets of life. They do it or they represent very well, you know, all together. For me, if I am to say anything as an individual, let us shift a little bit from a journalistic lens that sometimes you get to know who say you they put you out and how you they put you out. You see, calling, I'm not here to preach the Bible anyways, but calling, na God, na indigi. And there are certain things we can't give people. It can happen in normal life. You just see some man, for every step where you want for take, for example, if you continue for walking foot one, or so say you want for go out in your back court.
You know, say sign.
You want for go out again, your back court. And then they go out again. And jokingly, from what they get here, say, they're like, Zainab Sharif in jail at 5 and 6. In fact, Zainab Sharif for the go to jail during Ramadan 10, it's like a norm for them. These are some of the things they all would have. So I think it gets a mixed match somewhere. Was I not tend for focus on one thing? It tend for scatteryan. They want to do empowerment today. They want to do politics tomorrow. And politics is calling, and politics just gets your own juice. That you have people who are into it. You get Zainab Bankura, for example. You get Steve Blyden, for example. They have their own way. They are doing it. That is a little bit different, you know. Challenging authorities is one. Challenging authorities with facts, it's another.
Okay, so we see all of what happen. Now you get Doumbouya Yonkis, of course, he's still the on. Then all of a sudden Zainab case take a different tone. Is it because he defied the police warrant, say they invite him, you know, adhere to that, or is it something else, like something we go far beyond Zainab as an individual, or maybe it's just because he made that statement within a political gathering?
The question we should be asking we self now that if he actually gets a political lens, you know, like you say, you know, they sit on my shoulder.
Because I don't follow make that statement any other place.
Yes.
If you don't get this value.
Yes. Well, again, that could be another thing, you know, so you can talk on any side.
If you don't get the same value like this.
You get for also members say, I think there's an interview I did where you get to do with this cyber act and thing all together. And when people actually being called these political parties, look, that bring them into reference. When they call these political parties inside November last year, they're like, no, but not for offending campaign, no incitement, no odd words, no nothing there. And they came on a round table and they agreed. And from PPRC, the director mentioned, say, even if not inside you host, you talk am.
Okay.
Even if not inside you host, you talk am. In fact, he even mentioned a place inside the host. In fact, let me quote for me, even if not inside your bathroom, you talk am. As long as you don't flout that agreement with them, they don't make. Then they say, hey, we want peace. Maybe we're not offending company, no. You don't go against waiting. Then don't say. But with Zainab being issue, so this is the thing again. Let me say, maybe let us move it again from a political lens. Because politically, PPRC come inside and say, this is the money you're going to pay. But the legal people, and they interpret their own book what they write in a different way. Say whatever thing she did, they in contrary to the 1965 Public Order Act. And the law is the law. The law no the bend. They get the Latin word they can use for that time day. But the law no they watch that be whether in a joke bana, whether in a Joe Santigi. As long as you flout within the inside the law gets for deal with you in your way where it gets for deal with you. I am sure the reason why this whole thing sound like well it kind of gets a political, you know. Zainab, however, don't declare in the intention that you want to be president as alone, which, however, fate don't determine.
So that could be possibly the game changer in all of this.
Well, I don't want, on a very serious, I don't want to view from that lens there. Like I say, when it comes to law, it gets your own technicalities. You know, we can sit in front of here, we can talk to people, but that mommy within a Dove court, for example, doesn't understand the things we go through for kind of say we can't talk. When they can't sit there and can't talk because we want for talk, you get forget your fact. You get, even if you your opinion, but you get to be backed with some pieces, evidence, you know, for ensure say waiting, for example, this don't talk now, say don't talk So the law in gets your own interpretations altogether. So maybe it's because it go talk on an APC guardian, or maybe because it go talk representing APC as a political party. Because everybody knows she's representing APC there, and things turn out the way we turn out. So the only thing again with a mixed reaction now that the number, the years she's been sentenced with, you know, so it tells you how grave and see whatever thing she said there, that's okay, na so get for turn out, na so things get for be. Because when you look at them again from this angle, other set of people will tell you say, people actually don't come inside, no?
Exactly. So people they wonder, so people actually don't come inside, they don't find Zainab and they don't pay this fine. So why this matter for don't go court?
Still against the law. You mentioned something earlier on.
So there could be other factors at play.
Well, I don't want to say that. I am not the lawyer here. I'm not the magistrate here. But sometimes let us take a critical lens and view certain things. For example, you never cost you, they can't go to court.
Of course. You
get people the way they give them sentence for, so they've empty something and go thief. Crepe, phone, we they see them. They don't sentence Joe Banner for 5 years in prison for we go thief that phone. So what of these small cases and back home they see where they sentence people them for?
We don't see how magistrate go with or cooking na court because of you go back, you know, so many things happen.
So things like all of those things, you know, but let us shift a little bit from the political. Another thing again that I think, well, I said this the other time that how I wish Zainab if actually gets people when they advise them or when before advise them. You can make your point, you can say what you want to say, but maybe sometimes the manner in which we want to say. I am telling you for free, most people giving context to this whole thing now, it's because they're also viewing it from a political lens. I see now videos of Kadiru, when are they surname whatsoever, where they go viral, we talk about kill, blah, blah, blah. I see people even bringing, comparing it with what also the president said, all of those things coming together. So it's also tell you from a broader lens, this goes beyond just Zainab in case. I'm telling you, it also indicates sometimes some of the things these political figures or how politics don't paint picture for we. That even with this something that brown, because of we political affiliation, we feel like say no, this is not brown. This not fun.
No matter what, no matter how you clever convince
the person for realize this is what they think they be. Let us take, for example, this very 1965 Public Order Act. Nuisance, noise, causing noise. They joke and they grab no more, do what you want to do to a neighbor. We know they see. So the mistake again, I think we've made as a country, if certain things if we don't implement them from the early beginning, I'm not sure we go even view these things the way we will view them. So, because the reality of things is, this whole thing gets your mixed feeling. Now, everybody gets in interpretation, but you cannot change the law.
Of course, the laws are just there to be
standing.
So the interpretation of the law depends on those where they. But let's just get an experience from you, newsroom experience. How we go for distinguish between strong opinion and incitement, because sometimes, like you mentioned in your submission, sometimes the way we want for say something or the context where they put them can put you into problems, and especially when it comes to politics. When you go advanced countries, you get political strategies there where they work behind the politician. They are not all kind of statement politicians they make. We don't see so many times politicians don't say something we don't implicate them or don't make the law selection. You understand? So it could be in this case. So as a journalist and your newsroom experience, what do you go before distinguish between strong opinion and incitement?
Your fact. You want to make this opinion. The reality is, you get scholars who even argue say there is no objectivity. But even for showcase you point who you get, you have to know how you put them. And you can say, for example, James is a black man. I know you're a black man, but what did make you black? Whose kind of black hole you get? I'm also a black skin person. But other sort of people will tell you say, na brown skin I get. But the reality is, I am black. So black is black. So I think for Zainab issue again, now the fact that the weight Zainab hold as a person. If we bring an example, I could still recall your Slideka's issue, the Adebayo issue, the Adebayo issue and the likes, and we see what in the minister say, okay, if they're asking for us for extradite your Slidekas, they also get somebody where we want. And we see the outcome of in the Adebayo issue now also will lead to an ISO moment. We lost security personnel and also some sets of Sierra Leoneans. And you see sometimes even the Creole words that we say, how you did do and how you did do. How you did it? Now the same thing by the word.
Yes, but it's solution.
But how a talker sometimes can change, and the magistrates talk and say, then do in-depth forensic analysis, bring in evidence, bring in videos as to how Zainab talker, maybe the vigor, the facial expression, the body expression, all of those things they may have considered before they pass this judgment here. So, because even after what this whole thing be, it took calls from different media institutions saying, yes, you take responsibility of what you say. And I don't want to say maybe me don't forget meaning because it use technology for pass on the information. You know, see sometimes then gadgets here will use, then get their own sound all together where they can give. But if another lens go use them, if the magistrate or the court is saying that they get forensic analysis the way they use, or based on some evidence, some phone conversations, they all way they don't get before they draw this conclusion here. So if when they pass judgment, you can see they can give first degree murder, second degree murder. Sometimes your intentions also, I'm not law student, but I understand
they call a mens rea intention.
The intention sometimes about certain things. So these people will pass this judgment, say, then put one or two things in place and say, now this Zainab deserve, not to this Zainab deserve. So back to your question, strong opinion, you get for back them up with fact. You know, they just grab and say, it's just like now, for example, any news we put out, people and they believe them.
Yeah.
Sometimes for you as an individual, and for the brand, the weight of the brand. So Zainab here in person being carried so much. Imagine somebody will talk, say, one, aside the fact that she's voicing forward to the challenge issue, Zainab, now one kind of person, I go say, Mark talk a the ordinary Salomon understand, like, knock not the left column. When you do something, if they find another way for can't you say, that thing where you don't do to me so, me say not they take, I'm not talking in bad lights here, but that's what you don't do to me so, me self not they take more. So Zainab in that capacity, being carry weight. I couldn't tell, say, what he talk, or I know what they say, wait, now the say, wait, and I don't talk so, wait, now the ways and I don't talk so. Maybe the way put time say, anybody, we want for do XYZ, we they don't know, say, na election theft you do, if they can send out to you one game, you and your entire family.
And the generations.
You understand? So, all of those things.
But like from your personal view, how we go evaluate that with other species, other people that don't make? Of course, the president made one. Of course, Lansana Doumbouya another. Then of course the other guy you mentioned, Kadiu, we made happen before, and people have made insightful. Well, could be insightful statements, but like I say, probably sometimes it can be from Musa and Sia. Because context as well is important. What do you think, like, you know, if this not be no happen, I think I'd ask you that if this not be no happen in that light, before we see Zainab in this case at all?
I don't want to say enough for Bimbi so, because aside the fact that she mentioned it in an APC gathering, but the kind of weight as an individual, Zainab Kai, Zainab they move mountains, Zainab move people in. I mean, for some of us, 9th time going there, leaving our personal things or official duty we for go and go check what's happening there in the courtroom. It tells you how many people they get court case, how many of us they even aware of, how many of us even they go. So the thing here is the weight of the individual. And back to the context about the
comparison of other statements.
Yes. Well, the president, you look move this small, which I'll come to later. Let us take the Kadigu guy in your own. The one thing where even PPRC themselves talk, I'll tell you for free, it's not only Kadigu. You have other set of people in the political space that are currently or has been, you understand? Saying all things. We go cause unrest. We're not going to allow this to happen. We know they take this. Sometimes if we give meaning to these conversations, mind you, history told us whatever happened to Fode Sanko, he was accused of trying to commit school and jail and all. In Otoko, what he did?
It was the 1968 coup.
Yes, 1967 there. So in Otoko, what he did, he goes to a quiet corner. And after 10 years of planning, everything we planned, so we all see what's happened, what today, what's man they say, we get one of the most barbaric and humane war in history of, war around Africa.
Because he chose silence and nobody heard him.
Yes, and not talk nothing. Now we don't see a different tone where these people are saying it. For me, I think the mistake even PPRC did was, or all other people, the way they cross-check, fact-check, and confirm some of these political parties and them people, the mistake they did was even allowing it until things came out how happened the way it happened. So, although they can say it's better to be late than never. But I think if they don't put stop there from the
onset
beginning,
because this look like responding to statements to other people.
They don't say. I'm not sure say things for don't happen the way for don't happen. So because I'm telling you for free, they will tell you that the time Kadigu, for example, making your own statement, oh, we will kill, even they say for cause war in this country, which I think his statements are much more grave, say when they cause Baku for cause havoc and all. And I'm sure Imebosa goes right now in Pila Gode Patela. You understand, eh? All of those things. But at that time, there was nothing like, okay, now so.
There were no more
even though Zainab on charges were sitting there, so gets for deal with the 1965 Public Order Act. So they don't say with the act, they don't they. So you go ask yourself again, why the very court? They don't say not to PPRC or nobody because now they're saying the state. Why the courts at that time not be even don't come for Kadigu issue?
Let's say the states, because this case is between the states and Zainab Sharif.
Why they not be don't come for even Kadigu issue? But PPRC on the other hand will tell you that at that time, when Kadigu do your XYZ thing, we do so. We don't consider it like a round table for talk. And they agreed that, okay, me na joke, but me na just antigi. We don't want anything to happen. We agree, say, no, but not for saying company XYZ. But I tell you, it goes beyond Zainab now. It goes beyond Kadigu now. We have people. Normally, we have these things that we are seeing now, where I think this is a wake-up call, and now with Zainab in faith already has been determined. You understand? Yeah. But now they say the eye, they watch,
and the eye they watch Coco. So this takes me to the next question. Now that this sentence has been handed, on to Zainab, and of course, I understand say this starts for some the sentence immediate effective. You think also this for one down to the 2028 election, you know, as a journalist, if this goes stifle free speech, or if they tight the game more, people and go be cautious of what they say now, or if they make the space more open, so people will come out and say, okay, we cannot be stifled. We not go be. I don't know how to put it. We not go be. We not go be.
Or maybe what for said tomorrow?
Yes.
Now for
talk. Yes, we're not afraid. Exactly, that's the word they look for. We're not afraid for talk. Is it going to be that space? Is it going to change the game at all?
I think it's going to be two-way. One, already, even before Zainab, certain people, where they go out, if you want to put cameras in front of them, I beg go, man, I can't stop, because if I talk with you, I want for talk. Even on a Facebook page, certain piece this week, go put out, you go see, and they go say, I need talk, yeah, I beg go, I want talk, la hold me peace. So this again gets for ask you if actually the section 21 in the 1921 Constitution, the old water.
Because this don't look like they don't press panic button.
Freedom of speech. But again, you have to understand that your freedom of speech comes with rights and responsibility. How can one anything that is free is not, there's a word where people can actually use. But no can say because you've been given the mandate there that you should have freedom of speech, so if you grab and say anything you want to say, the reality of the matter is not going to go cost in parents my us. That starts from there.
Of course.
Even with your freedom of speech, you cannot use abusive language on your parents in the home. So you get to understand that. But again, what I see is that opinion, that fact, that data, where something will help governments make certain decision with something like this, it get to be limited. Because if I don't know, say for example, I have to tell governments the hard facts true. Say for example, this particular project here, so people they party for $18. So, for example, this project here, so you don't say now what they pay, government will not get answer for more. I'll be scared to say it because I don't want to have the same fate as Zainab Shahid. You're already getting your own. So I think it's a two-way thing. You have to understand it goes beyond just any other thing. One go on for say with democratic state and all, which I think we mix the feeling. Yes, Sierra Leone is a democratic state. We understand that day. But even with you having all those freedom, the practical example where I don't even give, you know go cost your mama na us. Your mama say or your papa say we tell them fit your word. And then they're okay with you. So we get to understand all of those things, even though I'm mentioning, I'm reiterating my point here that the law gets you interpretation.
Yeah, of course.
And you need a legal lens for interpreting the law. Whatever thing anybody goes say now, it's either it gets maybe a political undertone or maybe sympathy towards the issue.
We already don't get a position in this matter.
But I don't think say, well, I don't want to say this, but if those who pass the judgment, they tell you say, we not just grab over net and pass judgments. Imagine we only pass this thing from February 20.
Both the defense and prosecution don't present the case.
They don't present the case. And I think they get April 10 for everybody get final everything before they pass judgments today. One will say the outcome is kind of disappointing, considering the feedback. So we get the mixed feeling, whether they cry, whether they pray. In fact, today people were even bitter.
I would just want to ask you, what in the atmosphere be look like for people within a court, the response, how people they take the judgment, and especially the movement. Is it with I don't know the Zainab movement? She has the movement. Yes, duty, how they respond to that, and also if this case go be appealed, if maybe somebody yes for the reaction and stuff like that.
So for the last part, yes, that was a reaction to that off camera. Someone actually mentioned and say, well, they intend for do that day, but because now here say we self get we couldn't tell whether an authorized person, you understand? So then in a story for another day. But back to the reaction. Let's start from today. Obviously, today's one was huge population in the day because obviously the courts don't tell us in a and go past judgment. The mixed feeling there, whether they cry, you see big person, big mommy there. Then they cry, then be like small people, like we don't take bikini sweets now. Well, maybe Zainab was their sweet anyways. And you see them, they cry and all. But over the years, over the moments, let's just take you through the first one. From my observation and waiting I see with my lens, I think the people outside kind of play with the situation.
Okay.
At the very first 1, 2, 3 times, they were laughing, they were this, they were that. I think now when see say situation begin.
After 1 or 2 appearances, no bail.
Begin, and even with that, I tell you for free, the population begin less. The population begin less. You have popular faces.
Talking about
the always.
Yeah, go on.
You have popular faces will be always there. But there was a time where I think around the 5th, 6th, and 7th one, the population begin less, and that begin to ask you if we're actually supporting one another or we're being hypocrite about things around us.
Or people just want to catch follows and likes
for the whole thing. Well, let me tell you, say, Zainab as an individual already gets weight. Imagine you're an entertainer.
So you don't really give the case a lot of attention.
Also involvement in the entertainment industry. So the population begin reduce. Now again, with what I saw with my lens, maybe then choose for Sidom Quiet is the support of even the entertainment industry. I'm saying this authoritatively. That much support, that kind of turnout. Yes, I'm saying with my lens, people that I saw. You have people that be there. You get this guy from Born to Blog. Well, I don't want to say entertainment. Maybe don't they push one for a very long time, but the entertainment industry, the only person when me go tell you say when a big somebody where I kind of see with my lens is Kula Mama, we be actually there with in whole big sister thing, and I think I also see Nene Umu inside it. I think sometimes even sick then can tell we say something not to the mayors himself they make you the man.
But the people will come for
support. The people they come for can't tell you all. So it's one big disappointment there because not much support. If Zainab be the see people then, I must be the pull and can go.
So talking
be the see people inside there.
Talking about the entertainment industry, let's just bring this to the attention of viewers. LJ, in case also he has been remanded, so it appeared I think on the 21st of April. So that's just a breaking news as well. And speaking of entertainment, Gabi, you just played them in mind before the show started that we've not seen the kind of support from the entertainment industry, just like Asido mentioned. Considering the fact that artists or entertainers they go after themselves. Quite recently they see the back and forth, even as at yesterday we see what happened between Stazzy and Mystic and the ambassador, and we see before now the ambassador and Famous when it comes to the issue of LG. Yes, they all show that kind of concern. But when it comes to Zainab, Zainab gets one of the most powerful hit singles in this country, Mamina Power. That's how significant she is in the music industry, as well as entertainment, in film, as well as
involvement in politics.
She has her hands all over when it comes to entertainment. But the solidarity from the entertainment industry not show. Is it? Well, probably you might not have the
crux of it.
Yes, but is it because the industry itself has been politicized? Man, no one show because Zainab come out from the opposition side.
But I wouldn't say because the industry politicized already, but maybe fear of expression because now a political
case. Okay.
That for me, that is what I will go with. Because for still recall when Kula was there, I was like, "Are you okay for an interview?" Then she was like, "No, I can't support Zainab, but I don't want the limelight." So imagine an entertainer telling you that they say, "Are they around though? But I don't want the paparazzi and all." So that could be. So this whole fear thing, because maybe control. You don't know what you go can't talk just not then. I want to cancel.
Slam you.
Akula and this whole thing, happened the way it's happened. So, but again, I don't think they should be celebrating. I don't want to say it's a shame on them, but I must say I am disappointed as to how they handled.
Because it happened to any of them as well.
We will later see them put out press release, begin to kind of defend whatever thing. Which upon that press release again, they should have acted that okay, we understand. Polo, I stand in solidarity with Zainab, or even if they're not pull polo, maybe support them. But again, they still talk Afia, you have to also talk here.
Because the industry gets a very big influence.
Zainab again hasn't been supporting those, or some of them in the industry, because the reality of we see how divided they are already. Pull aside politics.
They already the competition.
How they are seeing things. Maybe Zainab was that kind of person who will be supporting company there inside the entertainment industry in belief for support young people and for come up. That could be another factor. But again, they should have stood in solidarity with somebody where they feel like Now we own this, regardless of the lens where they come up from. You know, we don't see cases where even if Sunday not born good picking, but then go come, sing music, come together, or the stars movement, that's what they call them. Sing music, this, that, and that. Maybe even come, plead. These lots of parts we have.
They go there to the first lady, or they call the attention of the president, or they go to some ministers for appeal on behalf of.
We couldn't say, we not say, even on the state, I know people are having this whole mixed reaction altogether. We not going to say something, the first lady or the president, for don't say make them free, but maybe with them coming in, so I don't know if we even get the 4 years we get to.
Maybe for don't get
We're
a
talking
lighter
about
sentence.
over 1,000 days behind closed doors with a big padlock and just small window there. We lock you, no contact with families, even when they go fainting, they're just short movement, and we couldn't tell whether she's sick or she's well. It gets in picking, we don't left yonder, you know, all of those things. Again, now this sequence people can say, Kumbra fall, and the jump fire. Not that you couldn't say, or you know, for say what you want for say, but how you they say them again is another factor. Added one again, I'm still talking about the support. Zainab get this in with duty thing. Yes, women were there, we put on polo about the whole with duty thing. But even with 2021 census, talk about how much we make up of the population. And we all see how these governments, they push for woman business in this country. You go on for ask yourself, who say the woman in a salon bin day? I am not saying to interfere with the judgment, but to stand in solidarity for support, say, Zainab, I am here with you. Mind you, we make slightly over 50% of salon population. Zainab, look me, oh, Mami Musu Adeya, oh, Zainab don't see, oh.
So we will see renowned figures like renowned figures like Sylvia Bell in the bash at he posted just a couple of moments after the sentence was slammed that I serve a powerful God. This is on her Facebook page. He said, I serve a powerful God. May God not sleep. My God never slumbers. Women supporting women. Is this
so again in line with Sylvia? You go on to ask the question: what if na parable Paul not talk to nobody?
But determine, Gabi, determine.
What if not parable?
We don't know the context in which you say. We don't know the context in which you say. But determine just the moments in the slam the sentence on Zainab.
Na something don't get, na projects you don't get, na contracts you don't get, na overseas they can go, na visa you don't get for go somewhere.
It's possible. It's possible.
They just collide with the moments. We understand. Say the two of them don't they throw shit
at each other.
Sylvia at the very beginning don't they talk say what is Zainab do? What the right thing he do? We understand how they don't try for personalize Zainab in whole issue. Somebody will not get worse and all.
And even say Zainab is not a member of the APC. He says Zainab not to APC member.
But she has been putting on APC clothes. If you're not a member of something, well again, a supporter there, a member there, we have to understand that too. So I could be a supporter or a sympathizer, but I'm not a member. A member, I have to be registered, I have to be paying my dues. So all of those things we get for put again in context. But with the issue of that day, I'm not her mouthpiece here. But again, what if now good news INSEF don't get? They decide for sure and not follow this bandwagon. I can get me good news. Like you're gonna be innocent, it's not the morning. Person go there cry. Then you got happy moments we don't meet you. Go say because people in the cry, you know, for celebrate.
So you think women are really supporting women? In the political space?
In the political space. In that light, I disagree.
In the political space?
Yes, I think we're being hypocrites.
Okay.
Yes. I don't sit here as a journalist saying that. I sit here as a woman and as a Sierra Leonean.
Yeah, exactly.
Saying that.
As a young woman, where they look forward to women empowering each other, supporting each other. Is that the space?
No. Individual support, no. Don't take simple example. Businesses today. Woman and they pay the normal business. For example, I don't want for care and go to even party them. You dey pay normal business. How many people they come on board? You go sell something today. Let's say now this bangles you they sell. Then your price is 200 leons. Man go one for come and buy to you for that 200 leons. Not because he gets money.
Because you want to
support you. But you can't be a man. You go for cocoa, you taste and say the price where you even. That's just the reality, James. So say the price where you even, not so you ban, so you want for even ban that you earn. Not just the practical example. I know governments don't allocate 1 or 2 into 30% to women representation. Even them, may think along the point and say, even by the law, but I own internal election where they don't see the practicality of that 30% representation when they say for to woman. But at least we don't see, as per the number of parliamentarians today, women parliamentarians today in parliament, as number of women appointments in different government seats. But I tell you for free, what I think government for don't do now for Canada, the ground, Koju and can't understand things women are also going through. I completely disagree. Say we actually support we serve as women in this country. Mind you, now we get the population.
Yeah.
Now we boku. If you give some practical example, Mama, Papa, you know, if somebody married man, you know, go say, let go benefit. You want to pull you again and pull you to destroy you married. So where is this women supporting women now?
Okay.
I'm just giving these small things to give why I completely think I disagree.
Small
yes, notwithstanding the different reforms or ways where governments don't do it. And today you see even Zainab in case, I say if women have been come out, yeah, do. Most gonna get side for pass. But no cons. Yes, you can see more women there, but cons. More men are there.
Yeah.
Where are they? Who say we there? These are some just the reality.
And the voices where they expect for come up for speak, they are not there. I think during the course of the trial, the 9 times we appear, we see few people show up. We see the mayor at some point show up.
I think yes.
And some other people don't show up.
Well, neutral in sense, she hasn't, however, indicated who side belong. It's Nasu. I think she's the only neutral person visible. From my lens, please let me set this disclaimer also.
Okay.
I have been going there, but not too young again. Not possible
to see
everybody. From my lens, I think she's the only neutral person. As a woman, I think just for today, I see Fredlin Mokomok Hill from 50-50. But again, I couldn't tell what he go do there.
Yeah.
You understand?
Because other court sittings.
Yes, other court sittings there. Would they say for them call another case? But I saw her with my lens. So we expect say these women, in fact, the silence of the different women organization itself, now it just shocked me by this whole thing. I just couldn't wrap my hands around how things went with this issue. Now we stand in the outcome of the fate of Zainab.
Even the first lady, we know say it affects for women's empowerment. We know say this. When one go tell you say here Zainab don't get their own exchange, or Zainab at some point it is alleged that Zainab don't do shades at the first lady or stuff like that. But yeah, like you say, so as we round up, you think this case, Zainab, should we expect a presidential pardon or a pardon in the future for this case?
How I wish I know how they can go about presidential pardon. What, as per my understanding, that you have to be a well-behaved person, you have to serve some time before you actually get this. But you couldn't tell the other things they're looking for. But maybe Zainab will fit in that case there, or maybe Zainab not fit.
So Zainab passed that from your estimation, we don't follow the case closely. On a later note, do you think he will pass that well-behaved pattern?
No, like you say we want something the bell for her. So I couldn't tell her reaction, what she wanted at that time,
Okay.
All of those things put in place. What I only think as a Sierra Leonean, that 4 years and 2 months for a statement, I couldn't, the legal lens already interpreted the statement, but I just think that maybe she should have given a second chance, for make amends, or maybe a public apology. Go back and say that, go back to the ministry, don't put thefts, call people, then Kojuma.
If we got the opportunity for doing, but she went on.
Maybe that could be another lens that I not show any sign of remorse that I am sorry as to what I do. But again, I say this again, how I wish people in middle advise Zainab. Not to you one grain, not 2S you get, but not to 2S you they agree with. Certain times or certain decisions some of us want to take, you have certain people who will tell you, say, don't or do. What if they should have acted way upon that? But again, this don't set precedent that, like you say, kill dog before dog, the dog no say die day. In as much as you go, don't cause fear and people not for talk. But again, even if you want for talk, you have to know how you get for talk.
Okay, Gabi, I want to thank you so very much that you don't give me a breakdown of all of what happened since Zainab in case start to today we they don't slam a 4-year, 2-month sentence on I want to thank you so much for sparing your time.
It's a pleasure being here.
Thank you. So that's how we cutting down on with today's show. I've been your host, James Kanu. But we cross over to Bo, who said the first bank of Sierra Leone don't open their first branch at Butong. And the managing director for First Bank, winner Mr. Udo, acknowledged, say, there will be no business without people's involvement. So the mayor also of Bo, Koba Musa, advised that the First Bank focus on carrying for service delivery for their customer there. And the people of Bo will in return cooperate with the bank accordingly. We all Mohamed Bake Kamara Dinabo and he sent with this report.
Today is not a day for speech making. You received us when we were looking for a property. You received us when we completed the building and started trial run. That is why I would say thank you. I want to list them. There are many, from the petroleum people, rice, people into trading, education, the people in the mosque, the people in churches. We thank you. Thank you very much. There is no business of banking without you. This building is brick and mortar. This is not what will bring money. This is not what will bring growth. It is all of us seated here. First Bank Sierra Leone is one of the youngest banks in Sierra Leone. The bank is owned by First Bank Group in Nigeria. The bank is the oldest bank in Nigeria. As we speak today, First Bank Group is 132 years old in banking business. For the fact that we have done banking business for 132 years, for the fact that this institution has stood the sign of time for 132 years, it means they understand what they are doing, and that is exactly what we brought to do in Sierra Leone.
I want to say you are welcome to Bo, and you are asking us to take ownership of this bank. But for us to take ownership for this bank, there are measures